Hello, everybody. My name is Laura Ashley, as Noah said. My husband Greg and I started attending services here about 2.5 years ago. When I was asked to speak to all of you about this one drop Endless Ripples campaign, I wasn't really sure what I could say that would make an impact. But Greg reminded me that you can't help others unless you take care of yourself. And our journey to St. Paul's has been one of self-care as well as connecting with others. The thing is, there are no drops when your cup is empty, and that's where I was. While I continued to have a personal relationship with God, my faith in my church had waned. After struggles with their beliefs, obligations for doing the right thing, a lack of roles for females in the church, talk over action, and most importantly, a process before people mentality, my faith was exhausted, though I continued to participate every week in service because, of course, obligation. While we were in London, a friend of Greg's recommended we should try an Anglican service. With trepidation on my part, we did. It felt comfortable. And that was the first drop, though I didn't realize the impact just yet. When we got home, Greg searched for a church, and after a short detour to Nativity in Crafton, we arrived at St. Paul's. I remember it very clearly. It was Pentecost, so very full like it is today. Banners were twirling. It was so very joyful, and both of us got to participate in communion. Drop. The following week was Eucharist, and I couldn't even believe it. Where the heck was I? Drop. Then, of course, the sign out front, God loves you, no exceptions. Drop. The following week was a very emotional one for me. There were 3 females on the altar, not just participating in the service, but leading it. Drop. Even small things like the clergy knowing our names and connecting with us. Drop. And people attending service, actually wanting to be here, singing joyfully and actively participating. Drop. Each of these small drops made a huge difference to me, made me feel a connection to others and closer to God. I was so incredibly grateful that a place like St. Paul's existed. There was something so special about making my faith choice rather than staying someplace out of obligation. As we became more involved in the church, my cup of faith started filling up. I started to participate in a small group, Ignatian Way, volunteering at Shepherd's Wellness, and eventually joining the Property Commission. Greg got involved in different ways. He was helping out in the kitchen, ushering, participating in Bibles and beer, and always pitching in wherever help was needed. In each of these interactions, you could feel the connections and the efforts that ripple into our communities. All of this was filling our cups and hopefully having a ripple effect on others. Today, as we celebrate All Saints, not to play favorites, but I'm going to, Saint Fred Rogers has a special place in my heart. He stressed kindness, liking us just the way we are, and finding the helpers. This seems like the epitome of St. Paul's to me. This quote from Mr. Rogers speaks to the connection between this community and the One Drop Limitless Ripples campaign. If you could sense how important you are to the lives of those you meet, how important you can be to the people you may never, ever dream of, there is something of yourself that you leave at every meeting with another person. The thing is, and it's easy for us to forget, that each of these drops has a cost. The salaries of these amazing people who inspire and guide us, food costs for the meals that we share with others, and the utility and upkeep costs to keep this building a place to restore our souls. So for us to continue to be able to meet these impacts, we need financial support so that these ripples can continue to be felt far and wide. I encourage you to make a pledge or a recurring gift. This is a special community so filled with love. Your pledge is an investment in our church, our community, and each other. so that we can make sure that no one's cup of faith runs dry. Thank you.